nor did I see this revelation moment where it's the lyrics that you delivered as part of your intro recently to one of our episodes. And I gotta say, John, I was impressed by you, but this is way cooler to hear it actually done by
How
those who
fucking
wrote this
dare
game.
you?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode of the Audiophiles. I'm Andy. The fellow over there is John, and we are going to discuss some music today. John with the jazz hands. But John, you are up to bat, sir, and I'm jonesing to know what you have in store for us today.
Okay, I've got a artist called Plan B. Have you heard of? Familiar?
No one even informed me of what Plan A was, let alone Plan B. So no, I am not.
I We'll get into it, but I'm pretty sure he didn't translate across the pond, and it's just amazing that he didn't. To be honest with you, it's just bang on for the American market, I think. But anyway, so the song is called "She Said," and the original video is superb, but I've got a little treat in store for you. This is a live performance on French TV from a program called Le Grand Journal. And that's as much as I know about this clip that I found. But it's live performance, so you get it, him and the rest of them in all their splendor,
Okay,
and
so
some other little bits.
clear this up for me because you said him a couple times or he, and then you just said the rest of the band. Is he Plan B and this is just the
Yes.
band that he plays?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will go off and listen to your man Plan B and his band of merry mates and come back and let you know what I think.
Générique du Grand Journal de Cannes. Voici Plan B, Plan B, She Said.
Beautiful scenery. More beautiful scenery. Shift.
So I say, girl, it can't be right. How can you be enough for me? You only just met tonight. So she said, boy, I loved you from the start. When I first saw your love goes down, something started burning in my heart. I said, stop.
There we go. Yeah. Love his vocal delivery. It's this really soft, bordering on kind of like a falsetto delivery. It sounds really great against this very sort of new jazz kind of beat behind everything. Really crisp guitar chords being strummed away there. The background vocalist adding to it all as well. This beautiful backdrop. I don't know where this is in France, but it is gorgeous. Yeah, I love this. It's also got like these seemingly now, especially with this larger shot where I get a bigger picture of things, these like patched in strings and low horn sounds as well, which absolutely complement the sound. But I don't know where they're if that's coming in from maybe like I don't even are there keys somewhere back there? Like I don't know if it's being patched in or what, but it sounds awesome. It sounds great. Yeah, I'm liking this sound a lot. It's very cool. Like I could imagine the song being played in a smoke-filled lounge somewhere. But yeah, good stuff so far. Space. Oh, I love that. Bop, bop, bop.
Yes, you did. So now I'm up in the courts, pleading my case from the witness box, telling the judge and the jury the same thing that I said to the cops.
Okay. I'll take this back a little bit. These are lyrics that John delivered the other day. I can't remember the song, the intro. It was one of the ones I suggested, I'm pretty sure, or it was a viewer request, because that's where John loves to do his little Easter egg lyrical allusion at the beginning of each episode. Definitely remembered this. John, you did a great job. These guys, a little cooler, I'm not gonna lie. But this is awesome. And of course, they're throwing in this sort of rap verse out of nowhere. Yeah, very cool sounding. Let's take this back.
So now I'm up in the courts, pleading my case from the witness box, telling the judge and the jury the same thing that I said to the cops. On the day that I got arrested, I'm innocent, I protested. She just feels rejected. Had a heartbroken about someone she's obsessed with, cause she likes the sound of my music. She makes her profound of my music. So why love goes down to lose it, cause she can't separate the man from the music. And I'm saying all this to understand. My girl cried tears in the gallery. This has got bigger than it ever could have planned. Like a song by the city to a gallery, so the jury don't look like they're buying it. This is making me nervous. I was got screw face like I'm trying it. Eyes fixed on me like a murderer's. They wanna lock me up, throw away the key. They wanna send me down, even though I told them she.
And it shifts right back into this jazzy number.
She said I love you, boy, I love your song. She said I love you, baby, oh, 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 oh.
Love those touches.
Yes, she did. She said I love you more than words can say. She said I love you, baby, hey, 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 hey. I said, but why the hell you gotta treat me this way? You don't know what love is, but I do this if you did.
That bass is nice.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, that was a really cool tune. Just this really like chill vibe to the whole thing. And then it goes into that sort of rap verse, kind of for me rather unexpectedly. And it's interesting because like all the other lyrical content that I was able to pick up on, I'm sure John will help me like make sense of this, but seemed to be more about like a relationship gone wrong, or a love that's kind of faded. And then you go into this rap verse where it's like someone's on trial. Now I don't know if that's like a metaphor for like being on trial and feeling like you're on trial in a relationship and having to defend yourself, or if this is a completely separate narrative from the rest of the song. Like I said, John will probably help me piece that together. But yeah, this is, I mean, beautiful views, obviously. So great performance, great choice of a video by John. But the song itself is actually really pretty too. Great bass work underneath there. Lovely little touches of syncopation every now and again to kind of like galvanize the band before it moves to the next step of the song. And that's just a really great touch. Love those shuffling drums as well. Yeah, this was fun to watch. I almost wish it were another minute longer or something like that. But beggars can't be choosers, and I enjoyed every second of this. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as Naomi, but I enjoyed it quite a bit. She looked like she was absolutely loving it. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's get back to John and have him tell me a little bit more about Plan B and this song. I wonder if their stuff has this touch of like hip hop kind of injected into these older styles like jazz and things like that. So yeah, this is cool. This is cool. Let's get back to John and have him spill the beans.
Hey, voila, here he is. You've been listening to Plan B, as they said, or Plan B. What do you
I
think?
thought for a second he said flambe. I was like, what? What are we cooking now? What is this? But yeah, it was very French to start off. I was lost for the first 5-10 seconds of that. But my God, beautiful setting. I don't know where that is in France. You see a shot like that, I just think, oh, French Riviera, but I have no idea. I have no contextual way to anything to apply to that. So, but it was gorgeous. Loved that outdoor kind of almost amphitheater. Well, it wasn't really, it was just sort of this beautiful outdoor setting with this awesome backdrop of the water, and then even in the distance, like some hills there. God, gorgeous. So yeah, we're presented with this beautiful atmosphere and backdrop for the performance, and these stunning visuals are quickly supplemented with the sweet sound of a jazzy little beat and these wonderful patched in sounds. It wasn't quick to say patched in until I got a wider pan of the visuals, and I saw a keyboardist, I'm pretty sure, so maybe it was coming in through his end. But oh man, you had like these stringed instruments and sort of low horns, I think I heard popping a little bit in there as well. And there's also this nice clipped bass line that kind of like sets the pace of the rhythm, and I really, really enjoyed that as well. And the singer is supported by these lovely harmonies via the three women toward the back left of the stage. And he sings in this soft, like almost falsetto-y delivery that really does complement these cool vibes that the whole band has created with this, like I said, this sort of new jazz sound to the music. And close to the 1 minute mark, the music cuts out, save for that shuffling beat on the drums. And the song shifts a bit, but just for a brief moment, and is mainly driven by these simple but clean sounding guitar chords that are being played. And I really enjoyed the way the lead singer and the musicians punctuated the A bits around the 2 minute mark. I think he says like bay A or something like that. And they sort of like and they join in that sort of syncopated delivery. Great. It just adds a little bit to it, sort of flavors the pot, if you will. And yeah, everyone works together to create the simple but wildly effective bit of the song, and it's just a really nice touch. And just a few seconds later, things shift into this rap portion of the song, because of course it does. Yeah, not gonna lie, that I didn't see that coming. Nor did I see this revelation moment where it's the lyrics that you delivered as part of your intro recently to one of our episodes. And I gotta say, John, I was impressed by you, but this is way cooler to hear it actually done by those who wrote this game.
No, fair enough.
Yeah. And since the camera can't seem to help itself by oftentimes fixating on, I believe that's Naomi Campbell in the audience. I'm going to just go ahead and state the obvious, but good grief, is she easy on the eyes? And so there's more further beauty to the shots that this camera is capturing outside of just the natural splendor of wherever they are in France. And she also looks like she's really enjoying the performance. So I can't say that I blame her. And I can't say that I blame the camera operator for fixating on her a bit. But yeah, what I thought was interesting, pardon me, about what I thought the gist of the song was, which seemed to be like this, I don't know, an end of a relationship, or like this sort of intersection in a relationship and how it like sort of like seemingly falling apart, to these lyrics that are very like courtroom kind of fixated, where you're on trial, and I get the metaphor for feeling like you're on trial in a relationship. Sometimes it's because you've done something wrong, and sometimes it's a case of mistaken identity or misplaced guilt. But I was wondering if that was sort of the metaphor that he was going for, or if this is just two separate narratives altogether. Either way, it's cool. But I mean, I couldn't help but notice that there weren't any allusions to juries, judges, or executioners in any other part of the song until he gets to this where he's like talking about how he explained something to the police, and now he's in he's testifying or whatever. Interesting dynamic between the lyrical content of those bits. And nice almost callback to the punctuated bit I mentioned earlier as the rap portion comes to an end and the keys stab those staccato notes before shifting back into the main musical portion of the tune. And again, around the 304 mark, we get some like group vocals hitting the O bit, and we get more punctuated notation. And the song lifts just a bit from there and then repeats the same bit before much of the instrumentation fades. And we are left with that punchy guitar and these shuffling drums. And the singer delivers the line, "You don't know what love is. You wouldn't do this if you did. Oh, no, 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 no." And that kind of brings the song to an end. It's again, a wildly beautiful setting, a very cool song, an unexpected rap verse. What's not to enjoy? I caught some Naomi Campbell. I can't really complain. This was a really cool performance. I didn't know shit for what they were saying on the intro. I mean, hell, I didn't even get the name of the song. I thought he said flambe. So this all that aside, this was an amazing performance to watch and some really beautiful scenes as well.
Yeah, cool. I picked this because I'll get into it. So I'll tell you a bit about it because there's a lot going on, and I'll fill in the picture. So Benjamin Paul Balance Drew, known as Ben Drew, was born in 1983 in London and is better known by his stage name Plan B. He's an English rapper, singer, songwriter, actor, and filmmaker. So he taught himself how to play guitar at 14, apparently mainly to Blur and Oasis songs. And then he started to go on writing his own R&B love songs. He kind of turned away from that and at 18 went into rap and hip hop and wrote the song Kids, which was inspired by the murder of Damiola Taylor. This is a very, very famous case in this country of a 10-year-old boy being stabbed to death in the streets of London in 2000, and the botched 2-3 botched trials before they got the killers. Yeah, whole fucking bag of mess there. And anyway, so he explained his stage name during an appearance on USA Today in 2007, saying, "The whole reason for calling myself Plan B was that I was doing this sweet boy Justin Timberlake shit, but I never felt comfortable. When I started rapping, it was easier for me to feel comfortable," i.e. that was his Plan B.
Yeah.
So 2006, he made his first television appearance on Later with Jules Holland, performing an acoustic version of Mama (brackets Loves a Crackhead) (brackets), and the next month it was released as a single, and it was the first Plan B song to chart in the UK at the dizzying heights of number 41. That track was from his first album, Who Needs Actions When You Got Words, which is really good album. It is straight up hip hop. He has got a little bit of a Eminem fixation going on and stuff, but it's really, really nice. That Mama Loves a Crackhead involves samples of I Can't Go For That from Hall & Oates, and it's really fun, really fun. So his second album, The Defamation of Strickland Banks, 2010, is a soul and R&B album, and it debuted at #1 in the UK charts. After learning more about the sort of technical aspects of singing and having written some more soul songs, such as Love Goes Down, which he wrote while he was supporting The Roots on tour in 2006,
Nice.
he came up with this concept of a story about a soul singer who gets sent to prison. So the whole album is a concept album, and it's a complete narration from start to finish. So the album's opening track, Love Goes Down, is a love song sung by the character Banks about his girlfriend, and then the next one, Writings on the Wall, details the difficulties in the relationship. Stay Too Long follows him and his entourage as they celebrate the success of his concert and a night out which culminates in him having a one-night stand with a woman. The following song, She Said, which you just listened to, it is learned that the woman is obsessed with his music and believes herself to be in love with him. He rejects her, so she alleges that he raped her, and the subsequent trial results in his incarceration. In Welcome to Hell, he is sent to prison, and much of the rest of the album is about his experience inside. I won't spoil the ending. You'll have to listen to it yourself. So this album was really successful. It got a Metacritic score of 75. Ian Wade of the BBC gave the album and Plan B great praise, calling it tremendous work, admiring its range. As, for example, on Welcome to Hell, he trills like a scared to pick up the soap in prison shower, Smokey Robinson, while Hard Times and Love Goes Down are just lovely. Anyone operating in the greasy world of pop would give a limb for such songs. The Guardian wrote, the strength of his voice is understandably overlooked on his debut when it comes to his own here. A high, aching croon that adds an appealing touch of self-doubt to the hardest-hitting lyrics. Rather than simply drafting in Mark Ronson to add a retro soul veneer, that's the Amy Winehouse bit, he clearly studied the source material. The result is a string of uniformly well-done Smokey Robinson pastiches. Smokey's getting a lot of credit here. In a nice touch, the bleaker Strickland Banks story comes, the lovelier the melodies. There's quite a few reviewers that actually were a bit jarred and couldn't handle the fact he changed genres from hip-hop to R&B, and they're pissed on it, which is pathetic.
It's funny that you mentioned the Amy Winehouse thing because, like, to be fair, and I probably should have said something out loud, but I was a huge fan of Amy when she came out, still am, but and I remember hearing that and being like, man, she's really capturing some awesome sounds from yesteryear, and she's really tapping into that sound well. And I got shades of that throughout, like, the verse, the up until the rap part, right? But like some of that, he's really like got some time shell shit going on here with some of the sounds that he's tinkering with and playing with. So I did enjoy that, and I do see like how that could one could be reminded of Back to Black and that album and some of the sounds that are happening on this song as well. The other thing was when you mentioned USA Today, I forgot I wanted to mention this. I don't know how this didn't go over more, you know, with more of a bang over here in the States than you suggested, because it's, well, one, Amy did, and this taps into that, but it also has shades of like hip hop and rap, and God knows we love that in the United States. So it's like, it's just interesting that didn't translate, because to me, it's got all the bells and whistles that would attract the American attention.
Yeah, it's crazy, really. I don't know if it's a record company thing. It just didn't get pushed because it seems absolutely oven ready for the American market.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would think too. Yeah.
Yeah, so the album has gone 4 times platinum in this country, a massive seller. And the main singles, Stay Too Long, hit number 9, and this track hit number 3, respectively. And this track became a double platinum selling single as well. So yeah, really, really decent success. I will go into the lyrics now. She said, I love you, boy. I love your soul. She said, I love you, baby. Oh, 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 oh. She said, I love you more than words can say. She said, I love you, baby, baby. So I said, what are you saying, girl? It can't be right. How can you be in love with me? We only just met tonight. So she said, boy, I loved you from the start. When I first heard Love Goes Down, something started burning in my heart. Love Goes Down is a previous song of his, which was released as a single.
That makes sense then.
I said, stop this crazy talk and leave right now and close the door. She said, I love you, boy. I love you so. She said, I love you, baby. Oh, 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 oh. She said, I love you more than words can say. She said, I love you, baby. Yes, you did. So now up in the courts, pleading my case from the witness box, telling the judge and the jury the same thing I said to the cops. On the day that I got arrested, I'm innocent, I protested. She just feels rejected, had a heart broken by someone she's obsessed with, because she likes my music, which makes her a fan of my music. That's why Love Goes Down makes her lose it, because she can't separate the man from the music. And I'm saying all this from the stand. My girl cries tears from the galleries. Got bigger than I ever could have planned, like the song by the Zootons, Valerie. So the judge don't look like they're buying it. And she's making me nervous. Arms crossed, screwed face like I'm trying it. Their eyes fixed on me like I'm murderous. They want to lock me up and throw away the key. that want to send me down, even though I told her she said, I love you, boy, I love you so. She said, I love you, baby. Oh, yes, you did. She said, I love you more than words can say. She said, I love you, baby. Hey. So I said, why the hell are you going to treat me this way? You don't know what love is. You wouldn't do this if you did. Oh, no, 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 no. So yeah, just about this performance. It's an excellent performance. It really is. And it's really close to like the studio version. Just the slight differences that you can hear. But the official video to this is superb, and it starts with flashbacks from the previous video showing them him with this girl he's met, and they're going up in one of those lifts with this Hawaiian crisscross, and then tangling and all that. And then he sort of some police interrogation and stuff, and then they're in the courtroom, and the jury are doing all the finger clicks and stuff like that in time for the day. And he's got two guards either side him in the prisoner's bit, and they're funking and dancing amazingly. And it's really cool. And for British viewers, Vicky McClure from Line of Duty fame, she plays his girlfriend who's crying up in the stand. But for some reason I can't explain, this performance, I think, just hits harder. I find emotionally just something about it with the setting and the sharpness, and his performance is absolutely great, despite the rather sort of overly obsessive capturing of Naomi Campbell's face all the time. And maybe 2 or 3 times maybe, but it's about 10, 15, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. They're really
And
laying into it.
There's a guy as well that you see his face for about 2
Briefly,
seconds.
for a moment, he looks like he's kind of getting into it. Yeah. I don't know who that is, or I would have seen it.
Didier Drogba. He probably retired now. He's a professional footballer, played for Chelsea famously, and Ivory Coast internationally. So yeah, big guy. Forward.
Yeah.
He used to bounce off it as he ran. Yeah. So it's nice to see him grooving down and trying to follow the words. So anyway, Plan B,
John, I just real quick, because again, you mentioned Amy Winehouse. I instantly said, now that you've mentioned the Marshall Mathers thing, the Eminem thing, this, I can't help now in retrospectively to look back and go, oh, there are similarities. No, it isn't the same narrative at all. But the weird run-in with an overexcited fan instantly takes you to his song Stan, right? It's a different situation. It's a male sort of who looks up and creates all this stuff in his head about his relationship with them. And here is this other, perhaps more prickly one, where you have this woman who's obsessed with Plan B and is now running wild with a narrative in her own head about where the dynamics of their relationship and what may or may not have happened. So I could see how you could piece those two together and find similarities between the two. That's interesting.
I think originally he was going to do an album which was R&B songs punctuated in between with hip hop songs doing the narration, as it were. And I think other people advised him that it was too jarring to jump between the two. So he kept bits in. And there's 2 or 3 songs where he has this, rap portion. And I think it just adds a really nice dynamic to it. And that sort of moment where he sort of launches into it is great. And when they come out of the rap and goes back into the sort of R&B jazz sort of side, I think it's just superb. But anyway, he followed this up in 2012 with a film, which he wrote and directed. Proper feature film that was released in the cinemas called Ill Manners. And the film revolves around the lives of 8 characters and features 6 original songs by Plan B, and which acts as a kind of narration for the film. So it's set over the course of a few days, 7 days, and the film focuses on the violence that surrounds the main characters as they struggle to survive on the streets, the main streets of London. The following soundtrack album to the film was expanded, had a lot more songs in it, and it hit #1 straight away in the UK charts. It drew widespread acclaim for the critics, a Metascore of 83, and it was nominated for the Mercury Prize, losing out to Old J. The title track reached #6 in the UK singles charts as well. He has released a 3rd album in 2018 called Heaven Before All Hell Breaks Loose, which again hit number 5 in the UK charts. He was also kept himself busy in other ways. So he's acted as well as making a film. His first role was a supporting character in Adulthood in 2008, and his song that we mentioned for Kids was included in the soundtrack to the sort of predecessor of the film called Kidulthood in 2006, which led him to being cast in the sequel. In 2009, he had another supporting role in the film Harry Brown, starring Michael Caine. In 2010, he appeared in the film 4231, and he also co-starred in the film The Sweeney, which is based on the 1970s British TV show of the same name, alongside Ray Winston, you slag, playing the role of George Carter, Sweeney Todd, Flying Squad. The film was released in 2012 and went straight into number 1 on the box office charts. So he's a busy guy. I don't know what he's been doing recently, probably writing stuff, but he had a break between 2012 and 2018. And he explained, he said he'd taken some time off from the music industry to focus on fatherhood and also to connect with friends and family. He said he felt alienated from after the release of Ill Manners. Quotes, I felt spiritually lost at the end of Ill Manners. I hadn't seen my family really since 2009. Certain friendships were just completely dissolving. I'd always felt like I was fighting to be taken seriously, fighting recognition, and suddenly I had it all. And I thought, shit, I've got nothing to fight for. So it's a really interesting character, and I think he's quite thoughtful the way he approaches things. And yeah, I just thought this is a really interesting song. It's one of my favorites. I haven't listened to it in ages, so I really enjoyed digging it out and slapping it up.
Yeah, I even think that anecdote about taking 6 years off to sort of like recalibrate his life outside of entertainment and music is indicative of sort of his emotional intelligence. Like, hey, I had a life before all this, and I want to continue to maintain that other part of me. And in order to do that, I've been nurturing this very, in a way, selfish part of me, the thing that I want to do. And now there are all these people that have mattered to me and helped me get to where I am. Maybe I should devote some time into that. That's pretty, that's some level-headed, forward-thinking shit. And it's nice to know that people that have reached that much success can still keep themselves grounded by having these personal come to Jesus moments about their personal lives.
Yeah, because I think it got quite heady at points. I mean, there was a point where he was touted as being the next James Bond.
Jesus.
Now you get that being talked about in the papers, your head's going to turn, isn't it?
Yeah. I would imagine that that is a certain level of celebrity over there. When your name starts to get bandied about as potential, 007s, it's like you're the cream of the crop. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Cool. All right, I shall wrap things up. Thanks for listening to Sandy.
Thank you.
Folks out there, tell us what you think of this song and of Plan B. And drop some comments. Hit the like button if you like this. We'd love to hear from your thoughts as well. And we touched on Ill Manners. It's a really, really good album as well. So yeah, let us know what you think. If you haven't subscribed already, please do.
Come on, what are you doing?
We are, as we are filming this, we are creeping towards 4 figures, 1,000 mark, and it may even hit by the time this comes out, which would be fantastic. And we really appreciate everybody who does support the channel.
Yeah.
So yeah,
thank you.
That being said, thanks again so much for watching. We'll see all of you on the next episode of the Audiophiles.
See you later, guys.